Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to talk about account progress in Warcraft Rumble. Such basic themes like, should you buy and upgrade minis? Should you buy talents for your minis? How fast can you progress? Because there's more and more minis being added to the game all the time, so the correct answers to some of these questions may actually change over time, although some of the fundamentals do remain the same, and one of them being that collection level is important for your progress. So I made this graph to show the XP that you get from one page of a megatome or from one modest XP gem by collection level. So collection level can range from 1 to 50, and at 1 you actually only get 20 experience. Yes, 20, 2 and 0 experience from that page of a megatome, whereas at 50 you would get 5,000 experience. So from 20 to 5,000, that's quite a big difference. And the growth at start, it starts out a little bit flat, but still exponential. So you get more and more. Every level that you gain, you get more and more and more and more and more, until you reach level 39. Then there's some diminishing returns, 40, 41, 42, and after 42, so when you get to 43 and all the way to 50, the growth is linear and quite a bit slower. So you really would want to get to those levels, that 39, 40, 41, 42, those big levels. You want to get those big increases in XP in order to progress your account. To put this in some numbers, at collection level 50 you get 100% of possible XP that you can get. At collection level 41 you get 90% of that possible XP, so the last 9 levels only give you 10%. And collection level 39 gives you 82% of possible XP, whereas collection level 30, okay, 30 is already a fair bit, but that only gives you 46% of all possible XP. So from 30 to 41 you're going to double the XP that you get for those 11 collection levels, which are of the same value as the previous 30 collection levels. And you get collection level from owning minis, from upgrading the minis rarity, and from having levels on your minis. So how do talents fit into all of this? You don't get any collection level from owning talents on your minis. When you have talents though, equipped talents show up in the pre-constructed search decks, so half of the searches are with pre-con decks. You don't have any say in what minis are in those decks, and if you don't have talents on those minis, then those search decks also have no talents. And there was actually a bug at one point where search decks didn't have talents, and people were complaining so much because that's how important talents are. So you kind of want some talents also to make those search decks better. Also, if you have unbought talents for minis that have free talent slot, then that can clog the grid for talents for new minis. So let's say you have 20 minis without talents. That's 60 talents in the pool. Then you get one new mini, you would want to have a talent for this mini, but there's another 60 talents in the pool. So when you get random talents over to you, it might take you a very long time to get talent for the new mini. So you kind of would want to get rid of all the talents, so you want to buy talents when you upgrade minis so that you would be able to get talents for new minis as well. Previously this was even worse, because when you had a lot of unbought talents, then you actually couldn't even get minis on the grid. But now talents have a special slots related to them, so you no longer crowd out minis, but you still crowd out other talents. However, do note that you cannot switch talents until you reach rare. So once your mini is uncommon, it is one talent slot. You buy a talent that goes in that talent slot, and you cannot change that in any way. You have to buy the talent. There's 3 talents that are going to be offered for the mini, and you have to wait until you get the one that you want and buy that one instead of just buying the first one that appears. So the overall goals in terms of account progression: you want to reach a fairly high collection level, around 39, 41, 42, as soon as you can. You want to equip a significant number of minis with talents, also that you don't crowd out new talents, and also so that you will have talents available in all searches, so the searches will be easier. And you generally don't want to upgrade minis to uncommon at all, unless you also want to buy a talent for them. So how many minis do you want to buy and upgrade? First of all, you want to buy the common version of every single mini in the game. You want to have all the minis in your collection. With every easily available mini in the game as common and at level 40, so that would mean that they would be trying to reach 6,500 XP for the next level, there's 18 leaders and 61 troops. That's not counting Ragnar's and Deep Breath, because those are difficult to acquire. That would reach collection level 31. And if you upgraded all of these minis to uncommon, you would be at collection level 38, 4 points short of 39, so 4 levels on any of the minis. Okay, so that sounds like some kind of a plan. However, you don't actually have to upgrade all the minis to uncommon. For example, you could reach collection level 39 if you have 79 minis in your collection. They're all at level 16, so the next level they're going to reach is the level for 25,000 XP, and 49 of them would be uncommon, and 30 of them would be common, and you would still be at collection level 39. So you can reach a fairly high collection level even if you don't upgrade all of your minis. Of course, you can also reach it by upgrading everything to uncommon. That's still perfectly valid. But if you look at the overall cost, then that collection of uncommons would cost 30,600 coins without talents, and then talents for all those minis would cost another 19,750 coins. So that's a little bit over 50,000 coins. If you do not upgrade the worst 20 minis beyond common, then that already saves you 10,400 coins on talents and on mini stars. And that could allow you to keep upgrading your best minis, so then you could have like 9 minis in rare instead. So if you had a collection where you had like 3/4, 2/3 of the minis at uncommon, you could also have a bunch of rares that will then allow you to progress in the fights a little bit better than just having only uncommons. And now that we have rare-o-matics in the game as well, you have means to get direct rares much more easily than before, then upgrading some of the best minis to rare becomes much more attractive. Because while Blizzard has improved the rewards in Warcraft Rumble several times, there's also more new minis in the game, and progress still takes quite some time. So you get around 25,000 coins worth of coins and stars from completing content for the first time, and there's another 10,000 if you buy the Acolyte booster, which adds plus 50% gold income. You can also get around 1,700 coins per week from repeatable content. Again, with booster you can get 50% more, which means that as a completely free-to-play, you could reach a full uncommon collection in around 3.5 months, whereas a booster player could reach it in as low as 1.5 months. Not a huge fan of leaving minis at common, but I tried to scour through all the minis in the game and think about, okay, which minis, if I really had to choose, which minis could I see myself leaving at common, so I just wouldn't be using these in content. Even though every single mini that you leave at common means that you still lose some capabilities, you still lose some options. But I was able to identify 14 minis that I would rather leave at common if I really had to choose. And those minis are the Mountaineer, the Warsong Raider, Warsong Grunts, Flamewaker, Smoke Bomb, Corehounds, Earth and Moon, Moonkin, Vultures, Raptors, Nullbrute, Spiderlings, Chain Lightning, and Ogre Mage. And well, if you leave some minis at common, that means that you get some minis to rare a little bit faster. And which minis would you like to take to rare the fastest? The first rares, I think, would be these 6 minis. So Witch Doctor, just a phenomenal mini in all sorts of content. Then some of the main damage dealers, because they really help you progress through the campaign. Harpies, Whelpex, Chimera. Just wonderful minis. Then Quillbore, typically used to tank for Harpies and for Whelpex and for Chimera. So a little bit of extra health on that one also helps. And Execute. Execute is incredibly powerful, and Execute also gets a lot weaker very soon if it's underleveled. So having some Execute levels can be quite important. So I would spend some of my coins to take these 6 minis to rare quite early, and then I would leave a few minis from the current pool into common for some period of time in order to gain the best possible progress through the campaign and also through the collection level, which then gives you more XP and through that even more progress. But as the game keeps introducing more new content, then obviously this advice is bound to change over time. But that's what I would do if I was starting a brand new account right now. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.